What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Spider-Man: No Way Home. Just kind of give my final thoughts, about this movie before it releases. Felt I should do it on this channel because why not? Now, we are still a little bit away from it, but we're getting very close, and obviously this week is going to be kind of packed with other stuff, so I figured I would do it now. I got the tickets, so I'm going that Thursday night. Now, I know there's some people, especially, I believe, in the UK, the movie comes out 2 days early, so there's people that are going to be able to see it, I believe, the 15th as well, and I know several people that follow me are also going to be seeing it then. So I wish everybody, the best of luck of securing tickets if you haven't already, and also, I hope all of us, enjoy the film when we go to see it. So let's just talk about it a little bit. I'm very excited. I really, and I've said it before, hot take, controversial, but I've never really been into, and I've actually seen this echoed here and there, on my two channels. I like Spider-Man a lot, but the movies have never really grabbed me as much as maybe you would expect them to, right? I've always said, like, the Tobey Maguire movies to me, like, they were never anything that made a big, obviously, like, memes and stuff and them living on, much longer than the movies when they came out. Obviously that's happened, but when I originally watched those movies, I didn't like them at all. And, I like them definitely more now, but I would not say I love any of them. The Amazing Spider-Mans, I would say maybe I love the first one. Second one, I love parts of. And then Tom Holland's, I wouldn't say, well, maybe Homecoming, I would say I love to use that. I mean, love is a strong word. It's a very powerful word. The point I'm trying to make is, the game, like Spider-Man 2018, the games of the past, like, those are actually the things. Spider-Man as a character, just like seeing, like, the costume, basically, right? Those are the things that have always got me, like, that I've always been in support of, I've always loved. I've loved them more than the movies themselves. But when it comes to this one, I think it's pretty, I feel like I'd be able to say definitively that this is, like, the most excited I've ever been for a Spider-Man film. And not even just a Spider-Man film, but a normal like, judging it based off all other films, like, this is in that top tier that I don't, it doesn't hit all that often. Like, obviously for Scream, or like if a Pirates movie comes out, like, those get me, going. Any of the main franchise, I mean, Star Wars, like Episode 7 when it was coming. After that, maybe 8. But then after, for sure 9, right? It didn't happen quite like that for that one. So basically what I'm saying is I'm very pumped for this movie, in the top tier of how excited I can be for a film, and definitely much more than any other Spider-Man film to date. With that being said, okay, I feel like there is plenty of room for this movie to fail. We have seen time and time again how Spider-Man movies, when they try to do more than one specific thing, how they sometimes get a little muddy. Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man 2, and so really, they've done it once per each franchise, or once per each franchise lead, and it's never consistent. I mean, Spider-Man 3 was an adventure for sure, but it was, like, very campy, very, like, if you got to lean into that in order to enjoy those movies. Otherwise, I would not say it's not a well put together movie, anything like that. And the Amazing Spider-Man 2, kind of the same thing. I mean, the good is very good and the bad is very, very bad. And so I don't know, like, for this one, I honestly would expect a lot better. So that's kind of where my mindset is for this one going in. It's like, I definitely want it to be good. I'm going to be critical of it. Like, this movie does not get any free passes. I just feel like, having Andrew and Toby in it, which, like, they're gonna be in it. For anybody that doesn't think that, still, I'm sorry. Like, I guess you'll be surprised, and that's gonna be cool because you'll be more surprised than other people. But, like, they're gonna be in the movie, and so I feel like no matter how bad it is, let's just talk about the negative first, right? If this movie is like a hot pile of trash, like, you're still gonna have them, and I'm sure there's ways of messing even that up, but and maybe it's possible that they did that, but I feel like just seeing that come together in front of your eyes is always gonna be, and I don't want to say the word marvel, but I'm going to anyway. Like, it's a marvel to behold, really. You know what I mean? And so, it could be horrible, but, like, seeing those three together, and again, like, I'm not the biggest. I would say Tobey Maguire is my least favorite Spider-Man. That's, oh my God, I mean, unsubscribe now, right? I would say Tobey Maguire is my least favorite of the three, but seeing him again is powerful. Even for me, and then obviously for people that think he's the greatest Spider-Man, like, that's even more powerful, right? It's going to be an event. That's kind of also why I appreciate this movie, is it is an event. A lot of films that have released really over the last, like, 5 or so years, besides, like, Infinity War and Endgame, have not really been events The overall quality of movies, I think, have gotten much, much worse over the last 5, 6, 7 years. Even like the last 1 or 2 years, it's been a lot of trash and then like a couple good ones. And I guess I'm talking like mainstream. I'm not talking about like indie films or like, I don't know, like anything else that doesn't really make its way into the bigger market. But really a lot, and maybe those movies have always been like this way. I think they have been better though consistently in the past 10, 20, 30 years, but that's just my opinion. But that's really, to me, what sets this movie apart in terms of an event. And also, like, you're never going to be able to do this again. Like, having these two come back again is an event, but it's something that's just so special and so different that I guess even if you mess it up, it's still going to be something you have to see. You know what I mean? And that goes very much. That's very different than a lot of the other stuff that's come out this year, last year, a couple of years before then. So I'm just really looking forward to it. I like Tom Holland's Spider-Man more than maybe the average person, or at least people that don't like him. But I do want to see him really grow up. But again, like a lot of the signs of this movie to me seem really good. They just do. Like I like a lot of what they're doing. Not necessarily maybe like the conversations being had. So maybe not everything, right? In the trailer, I'm not a big fan of the comedy. I think it takes away from a lot of the more like emotional or seriousness, and Marvel has a big way of always doing that, where if there is something serious or emotional, you have to have a joke 2 seconds later to completely ruin that moment. And they do that for pretty much everything, and I think I've realized that more the last couple of years. So now seeing it in Spider-Man's trailer makes me kind of upset or mad. It's like, again, like you're making fun of Doc Ock, the Doctor Strange, like the Scooby-Doo this stuff. Like I don't like that at all. None of that stuff was funny in my opinion, like at all. MJ saying like say please and stuff like that, it's like, oh my dear God. So hopefully the lines, the delivery of the lines and the actual dialogue itself is not pure trash. From what we've seen, it's definitely leaning more that way. But I don't know. I think you can I think you look at Homecoming, you look at Far From Home. I don't really know if the dialogue was like the worst things about it. I really, really like Homecoming. As I've said before, it's actually my favorite one. Again, insane hot take, right? But for Far From Home, I don't really think the dialogue, I think the idea of what they did with Mysterio is what ruined the movie, or the reliance on Tony, like whatever your main issue of the movie is. Writing, I'm sure, is there, but I think it kind of comes secondary to some of the main plot points that they decided first. So hopefully they don't mess this one up too badly. But I don't know. I still think no matter how bad this movie could possibly, and I know that's focusing a lot on the negatives. Again, like I think the positives could very well. This could be a movie of like insane highs and insane lows, right? If they nail the emotional parts, if they nail the return of these two and them leaving, if they nail whoever dies in Peter's life, whether it's Aunt May or Happy or at the end of the movie, maybe everybody forgets who he is, right? And then he has nobody. Like these are I'm not saying these are going to happen. I'm saying these are things that, these are obviously options. If any of them happen, if they nail those, and they nail the Spider-Man, they nail some of the higher action scenes, right? They nail Green Goblin, they nail Doc Ock. If you can do that, and then, there's obviously some weak stuff in there as well, I think the good would outweigh the bad, and that's kind of what I think the high spectacle of the film, right, would kind of win. It would kind of lead it. And at the same time, I'm also very happy from a anti kind of how Disney talks and how they treat people and all that stuff. I'm very excited that when this movie comes out, and it will make, $800 million to $1 billion in the box office. I think that's going to be very easy to do. I can't wait to hear their excuses for why. I actually really like Shang-Chi, but like Eternals or even Shang-Chi, I'm going to be very interested and very like laughing at them when they have to explain how Spider-Man made double or triple for Eternals the money that those movies made. Yes, you could say established character, but in reality, it's other things too, specifically with Eternals, the reason why that movie didn't make, actually lost a lot of money for them. So it's going to be fun to see that as well. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. I do a brand new video on the channel every single day, and so I hope to see you guys for tomorrow's video.